Okay, I'm also gonna record to computer. All right, cool. This is
I've only
backup,
got
but
2 bars of battery on my F3, but for some reason
okay.
that's kind of the norm for it. And no matter how much I charge batteries, it only seems to go up for a 2. Do you have experience with your Zoom recorders, Mike?
Well, I have the F6, so I use I have the NPF battery, but the way I have it it's like in an Orca bag, and it has like the configuration it's in. The NPF battery I use for it has a little like USB-C plug where I just kind of plug it in and charge the NPF. So I never take the battery out, really.
Yeah.
But the only thing I don't like about the design of the F6 is that the card door is behind the battery.
Oh,
So I have to take the battery out every single time that I need to take the card out. So I usually actually just put it into card reader mode and I just record. Or
interesting.
I just do it from the computer. Even though for this device, I wanted to test it out. So I took the battery out, I took the card out, and I put it into here, into this guy, the Tainer Cloud Zen here. You know,
Very cool.
oh, dude,
That's
it's
sick.
awesome. It's so cool. And the fact that like the R5C has the CF Express Type B card, so I have that slot, and then the SD card slot. You know, every other camera that on the planet uses that. So it's really kind of solid, all in one
Yeah, it's
device. You
cool.
know, has the
Yeah.
screen and everything. It's cool. It's awesome. Definitely
Oh, I wish
recommend.
I had that while I was prepping for this podcast because I wouldn't have been as worried. I swear, I had this one SD card that I've just not erased for the longest time because I keep cross checking my external hard drive, and I'm like, is this all the same footage? Did I
Yeah,
switch cards at some
you're like
point
doing like
and just forget?
the bit to bit. You're like, how many bits is it? You're just
I'm looking at the exact time frame that I took it. I'm like, okay, this was 517. Is that the same clip there? Life's hard, man.
you're like the clip names are the same, but did I format and now they're the same because of that? Like, damn it.
I
Crazy.
storage is something that I wish I understood a little better, and I wish I just had always had more. There just never seems to be enough.
Oh, dude, it's nuts. And then you get into like NAS storage units and like cloud storage, and that it opens a whole another Pandora's box because you have like your RAID arrays and stuff, which is like all local storage, but then you want to be able to back all that stuff up to the cloud, so in case locally you have a problem.
Yeah.
I I was talking to my dad because my dad was a computer programmer before he retired, and he was in disaster recovery. So basically, his job was like making sure that all these data centers all around the world were able to pop back up for his company if catastrophic thing was to happen. And it was the kind of thing too where I was basically to him, I was like, oh, so let's I maybe I could do a kind of something similar where if I get like say a NAS or, drive here in my studio area that backs up my RAID, and then you have a NAS that's connected to my place, and I'm able to do it's like
Hmm.
the Iron Mountain approach, where basically you back up. I back all my stuff up periodically to his NAS storage, so it's
Yeah.
down where they live, and then like that. And so I think there's basically three kinds of backups where it's like your RAID array, and then you have the NAS storage as a cloud backup, and then in case my house burns down, I have a tertiary storage, and because like that's the kind of thing, especially if you're got high paying clients, you can't say, oh, sorry, all
Yeah.
your
It's
data's
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
So having it in single spot is like the scariest possible thing for us, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I've definitely been investing more in Dropbox, and just other solutions.
Yeah,
Just kind of keeping it saved in multiple places. It also depends on the
absolutely.
project because some project like my weddings, I always put something in the contract of like how long I'll hold on to it
Yeah.
for.
Oh, you got it.
I always encourage them to download the final file from wherever I'm putting it, so that way they have it on their own drive as well.
Yep.
And because that has been more the majority of my freelance in the past, like God, how long? Like 5 years. It's been kind of a bit easier, but now that I'm doing a little bit more marketing stuff and some narrative stuff,
Yeah.
and working for Choate, I have to really kind of really always think about storage. Luckily, there we have such great resources on like most of our stuff is backed up into like portfolio program. We have Dropbox as well. We have a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
locations that we keep it stored, and the hard drive is galore. Everyone gets a hard drive over there, you know.
That's awesome. It's so
Yeah,
good.
so yeah, we're pretty cool
Especially
about
also
that there.
if you
So
get like those enterprise level, if you get an enterprise account for like Dropbox or any of these cloud storage solutions, like it's like, oh, unlimited storage, and you can just get the best up and down, like transfer rate and stuff. So it's like You just set like a backup cadence. So you're saying like at the end of every week, or honestly at the end of every day, if your internet's fast enough, you just have like all this footage just go right up at the end of
Yeah.
every shoot day, kind of thing, and feel safe and secure in the fact that your data is. And that's what, again, like this thing is it's 2 terabytes on this. So every shoot, I'm just gonna
Oh, cool.
camera to cameras and audio recorder to this, and I'll hold on to it for a month or two or whatever, and make sure that I'm in the editing process. I backed it up to my RAID. I backed it up everywhere else, and I'm just, okay, good. I can format the cart, format that, or at least take that project off or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's half the battle is for us is backing up, just backing
Making
stuff
sure.
up. Just
I was on a gig too where like the production couldn't get production insurance unless I was saying to them that it was backed up in at least 3 places. So I was like, yeah, I have it at my
interesting.
RAID. And then one of the producers had all the footage that we had for because it was just the shoot day. It wasn't like the edit or anything. It was just the shoot. So the insurance was for that shoot. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, so the editor has it, which was me, and I'm the shooter, so I had a second hard drive too, and then that was all in the same place. So they're like, oh, have another producer have it, and then a third producer have it. So basically, it's in 3 different places. So
Yeah.
it was like one of those things. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like a part of the producer checklist. They're like, oh, do you have it? And I was like, yeah, I backed
That's
it
cool.
up too
That's
on my end.
an interesting idea. That sounds like they've got burnt before.
Oh yeah, and I think that the insurance companies too, they want to have those kind of checks and balances in place, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, yeah, this whole shoot, and it's not just like it goes up in smoke because of someone's, destroys a hard drive or the card gets corrupted or something,
Yeah. Oh God, don't even say that out loud.